How does the justice system re-victimize crime victims? Imagine going through a traumatic event and then feeling like the system you turn to for help makes things worse. That's what re-victimization is all about. When victims interact with the criminal justice system, they sometimes face more pain instead of relief. This can happen in many ways, often without anyone meaning to do so. One major issue is that many crimes go unresolved. For example, about 80% of reported crimes do not lead to an arrest or prosecution. When victims see their cases ignored or dismissed, it makes them feel invisible and powerless. Especially in sexual assault cases, nearly 98% of perpetrators are not fully held accountable. This lack of justice can leave victims feeling ignored and even blamed for what happened. Another problem is that victims often do not get the support they need after a crime. Many do not receive compensation for their injuries or access to therapy, legal help, or housing. Despite their requests, only a small number actually get these services. Without proper support, victims struggle to recover emotionally and physically, feeling abandoned by the system meant to protect them. Repeated victimization is also a concern. Victims with past experiences of abuse or neglect are at higher risk of being victimized again. The justice system does not always address this cycle well. For example, in domestic violence or sexual assault cases, victims may face ongoing threats or repeated offenses, which keeps their trauma going. This can make it even harder for them to break free from harm. The court process itself can be tough on victims. They often have to tell their story multiple times, sometimes facing cross-examination that questions their credibility. Long delays in court proceedings can add to their frustration and emotional strain. Feeling disbelieved or blamed can make victims feel worse instead of supported. Many victims choose not to report crimes at all. They fear not being believed, retaliation from the offender, or the trauma of reliving what happened. For example, only about 1 in 3 sexual assault victims report the crime to law enforcement. The system sometimes fails to protect victims or respond with sensitivity, which discourages them from coming forward. Sometimes victims also have complicated relationships with offenders. Some may have a history of offending themselves or be involved in complex situations. The justice system might not recognize these nuances, leading to further marginalization of victims. From a crime and criminology point of view, these issues show how the justice system can unintentionally cause more harm. Its focus on punishment often overlooks what victims need to heal and feel safe. Improving victim support, offering trauma-informed care, and making the process more transparent can help reduce this cycle of re-victimization. Victim rights advocacy plays a key role in pushing for changes that respect and prioritize victims' dignity and recovery.